Well, friends, we need to talk about this. Hey friends, welcome back to Mustard Seed Homesteading. My name is Megan, and if you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by because this is my monthly Azure Standard haul, and friends, we have a lot to talk about. All right, before we go ahead and take a look at everything, because I did buy something for the garden that I want to try out, and I'm actually extremely excited about trying that. I do want to let you know some things that I've had to deal with recently with Azure that I want to ask all of you if I'm the only one dealing with this. So before we start chatting, I do want you all to know that I have been an Azure customer, I want to say going on 4 years, I know for sure 3, and there hasn't been a month, maybe 1 month that I missed ordering. So when I tell you I love Azure, and I don't plan to stop buying from Azure, but I absolutely love this company. I love what it stands for. This is why I give Azure hauls on a monthly basis. But lately I've just noticed a decline in some things, and so that's what I want to talk about. And I want you all to know this is not me bashing Azure, because I love Azure and I plan to continue to purchase, and I also still want to give my monthly Azure hauls on my channel. However, I want to know if I'm the only one going through this, and if I'm not, I want to encourage you all to definitely give Azure your feedback, because I'm just noticing some things that are happening a little bit more frequently in the last couple of months. And so I have been able to call Azure and take care of those situations, which is another reason why I continue to purchase with them, because their customer service is absolutely outstanding, friends. But I also want to use my channel to be able to spread awareness and, one, let you all know that you're not alone if you're dealing with the same thing, but also to encourage you all to give Azure your feedback. So with this particular situation, my order was actually dropped way later than it normally is, which I will say, friends, I have had that happen in the past, no problem. But I noticed that the deliveries have been really inconsistent, and then they're way later than when the order actually closes out. And I think what was kind of interesting about this situation is that I have 3 other drops that are not far from the drop that I switched to months ago, and they all got their orders on Monday, whereas mine was Friday. And then on top of that, I got a text message and an email saying that it may not come Friday. So for about 24 hours, I wasn't sure when I was going to get my order, and I'm like, what is going on? So I did call Azure and I did give them my feedback, and they did let me know they are short in truck drivers, and this is where I want to raise awareness on my channel. So if you know of any truck drivers that's looking for work or wants to work with Azure, please let them know. I encourage you to let them know, because we need some drivers. And it's because Azure is growing, which is beautiful, friends. I think that's great. That is a testimony to how great their products are, and being able to buy in bulk the way that we do, once a month, saving on gas and time and going to the grocery store every week like I've shared before. So it is a beautiful thing, and I definitely encourage you all to let those that are truck drivers know we are in need. I will say though, that week I had some celebrations going on, and I had some things scheduled for Friday, and I had to cancel them because of the delivery, but it is what it is. I have to remember that the week of deliveries has to be super flexible. So I will say, friends, if you are new to Azure, definitely keep that week open and flexible, because you just never know when you're going to get your order. And if you're thinking, why did you schedule something on Friday if you know that's the week of delivery? It's because for years I have been used to Mondays or Tuesdays. It's just been that way. But again, because of the shortage of drivers, they're having to reschedule and reroute things. So it just is what it is. And I do want to quickly mention, when I did get to the drop, one of my boxes, as the truck driver was moving the pallet towards the end of the truck to lower it for all of us to grab our stuff, my box fell over, and it had my chlorophyll in there. If you know, that liquid chlorophyll is that dark green, and it stains really bad. I had 2 5-pound blocks of mozzarella cheese and a big box of feta cheese along with a big jar of creamy peanut butter, and that green stuff broke and it got everywhere, along with the Azure flyer too. So, but thankfully, because Azure is amazing, they did credit everything that was in that box. And Amber, shout out to you, girl. Thank you so much for helping me. You and your son were absolutely amazing. I am so grateful for you. All right, friends, let's go ahead and see what we got. So here's everything. Normally I have this in the trunk of my car, but sometimes when I get my orders, it is in the evening, and I feel like in my truck it starts to get a little dark. So what I'm going to do is show you everything that's on the table, and then I will show you the box that got busted, and then I'll show you the tortillas. And if you hear thunder in the background, it is probably going to start thundering and lightning here in a little bit. Well, the first thing I want to show you is the chili beans. I have shared canned goods before from Azure, and I'll tell you, I love their canned goods. I love their chili. I love their sweet corn. I love their canned fruit. Their canned fruit is really good. And so I like to try to always get at least a case of canned goods once a month, sometimes two if I can get more, because not only do we eat this, but I like to always have something stocked just in case. And I do need to go get this in the garage. So if you've seen my Azure hauls before, you know I love Green Girl. So the vanilla ice cream and those sandwich cookies are thebomb.com. I did order a pack of these in a 3-pack, but they only had one, so I bought only one. They didn't charge me for 3. So I did get 1 cookie dough. This is really good too. And by the way, for anyone that's interested, these are the ingredients. This is why I love purchasing this, because it is absolutely clean, and friends, it tastes good. I've had ice creams that were non-dairy and they didn't taste good. I'm just saying they did not taste good. And this right here, Green Girl, is really good. Next, we have the hot dogs, and I have shared this before. I love to buy them in cases, and I believe this one is an 8-pack, and it's the 100% grass-fed beef, uncured hickory smoked beef hot dogs. Love this. I'll tell you, cut these up in small pieces, add them to the chili with some sweet corn, the canned sweet corn. You got a meal. Quick and easy, really good, no bad ingredients. Then we bought some cereal. Now, I have not had to buy this in a while because a big case of this lasts a really long time. And so what we like to do is get the case of 6 bags, and each bag is 32 ounces. Let me show you the ingredients to this. All right, so hopefully you can see the ingredients, but look it's clean. It doesn't have all the extra fillers or sugars, and the kids love it, so that's all that matters. And to keep it cereal, we also bought the rice puffs. I love this cereal so much because, friends, the ingredients are incredibly simple. All it is whole grain organic brown rice. That's it. I love that. So for me, this and those heritage flakes are my go-tos for cereal. And then since we're over here, I did get another case of tortillas. My goodness, friends, we've been going through tortillas like crazy. So if you've been watching my hauls, I feel like I've been getting this every haul, but I bought another case. Here's the box because I didn't have room on the table, but I'm telling you, the yellow corn is really good. They also have a white corn, and that is just as good too. Now for the apples. So I actually tried buying this last month and they were sold out, and I can see why, because these are the cosmic apples. These taste so good. So I'm a big Honey Crisp apple fan, and I would say that this is neck to neck when it comes to the Honey Crisp. Cosmic apples taste so good. The flavor of it is so delicious, kind of like a Honey Crisp, which is why I like to get it. And I will say that when it comes to fresh produce from Azure, I have had produce in the past not do well, just because I'm assuming with it traveling and all of that being in the truck that by the time it gets to me, it's not as fresh. But I've never had that issue with apples, and that is why I continue to buy them. However, if you watch my other videos, you know that I really don't need to buy fresh produce most of the time because I try to grow my own food as much as possible. My backyard is a massive garden, and then I have my green stalk garden on my driveway. And then you know what I wasn't able to get last month is our French vanilla creamer. That's why you didn't see it. So I went ahead and bought a 6-pack of this. So we went sour cream happy, but we were in need of it, and I haven't purchased it in a while. Hands down, Nancy's probiotic sour cream is so delicious. It's creamy and it's clean. The other sour cream that mom likes and agrees with me is the Alexandria A2A2 sour cream, the probiotic one. Friends, this is such a creamy sour cream. I absolutely love this. So I bought a 6-pack of these and a 6-pack of the Nancy's. And then I did get more ricotta cheese. I wasn't sure if I was going to get this because it did look like it was sold out, but thankfully I did get a 6-pack of this. And what I love to do with ricotta cheese is I love to take a pound of pasta, maybe 2 pounds, and I'll put a whole jar of spaghetti sauce, an entire an entire tub of ricotta cheese, and right there is a homemade meal, and the family loves it, and it really is very delicious, and it doesn't cost a lot. Then I did get a 5-pound bag of the organic rolled oats, and my hope is to just put this in the Instant Pot overnight and have fresh oatmeal in the morning. Then I have cheese, and I wasn't in need of cheese, however, they were on sale, so I went ahead and bought 2 5-pound blocks of the cheddar cheese, and then I did get the mozzarella cheese. Let me show that to you. All right, friends, so yeah, this is my green cheese. I'm thinking of like Dr. Seuss, green eggs and ham, right? Oh my gosh, it ripped open. Okay, so yeah, this is the mozzarella cheese that ripped open and got all green and lovely. So yeah, I wanted to show this to you, but I'm just gonna reorder this next month and get 2 more. I think they're still on sale. Hopefully they still are, but I do really like this cheese, so I did get that. I did get a big jar of the creamy peanut butter, and the reason I bought the glass one is I wanted to reuse the glass jar bottle for afterwards, so I felt it was worth getting the glass jar. And then I did get 5 bottles. You can see some of them are cracked. 2 of them obviously broken. I had to throw them away when I was there. But let me tell you about chlorophyll, because we take this on a daily basis. The stuff is really good. It does help to get rid of heavy toxins in the body and heavy metals, and so this is why I continue to buy it. And I will tell you that Azure's price point is better than anywhere else that I have found it. And then lastly, friends, the feta. So the feta is green, and there's probably a hole in here, but I will tell you what I like to do with the feta is put probably about a cup or a cup and a half in a sandwich bag and then freeze it and take them out as I need to. Now with summer here and everything and growing cucumbers and peppers, I bought the feta because I love to make a cucumber salad and throw this in here, but I'll just have to reorder this next month. Now for the garden straw. So if you've seen any of my garden videos, you know that I mulch and straw everything. Here's a great example. So these are all of my green stalks. I do have to plant them and stack them. Right now they're just waiting for me to put the plants in. I had to fill them with soil and straw. But here's a great example of what I mean. I mulch everything. So when I saw this, even though I've been a Healthy Straw customer for a really long time and I just gravitated to their straw, I always like to try other products. If they're just as good and the price point is the same or less, I would like to have other options. So I went ahead and bought this, and we're going to try this out in the garden. I'm not sure if I'll do 1 bed or maybe a couple of grow bags to test it out first, because I know sometimes with straw you can get a lot of seeds in there, and so I might just do a little bag just to see how it goes. But friends, I'm really excited because I'm all about options, especially when it comes to the garden. So that is my Azure haul. I do plan to buy just as much, if not more, the following month because it is summertime and I do need to restock a few things, and so I am looking forward to that haul next month because I already have things in the cart that I am purchasing. But I do want you all to know, friends, that if you've not become a member yet or you're thinking about ordering from Azure, I do have a link in the description below that you're more than welcome to use, but in no way feel obligated. I just want to share with you and say thank you if you do. And I also want you all to know that anybody can have a referral code. So for instance, if you have friends and family, you have access to the same link like I do. I mean, it would be your own personal link, but you can use your link and share it with friends for referring, and you would also get a $25 credit for doing so if they purchase within a certain amount of time and a certain amount of products. So it's not something as a social media person like myself has access to. Everybody does. So I definitely encourage you that if you are an Azure member, definitely share with friends and family if they are thinking about wanting to join Azure and purchase as well. And friends, I just want to say thank you for listening to me, because on my channel, I truly have some of the best and I truly mean this, the best viewers, because you all are so encouraging when you comment, and really your comments is what keeps me wanting to share Azure as well, because really a lot of my content is either garden, preserving, or even some cooking that I have going on. But I think that purchasing good quality products from a company like Azure in bulk to save money is a really big deal, especially for these times that we're in, because I've shared this before, but I feel like grocery shopping and shopping in general has become a full-time job. I know for me, and I can only speak for myself, but just being able to figure out where to purchase good quality products takes up a lot of my time, because I have to check store prices, even Thrive Market, Azure, Costco. I mean, it's just, it seems almost never ending. And so that's why when I find really good products for a very good price, I want to share that with all of you. But at the same time, I also, as a customer, I like to share my experiences and raise awareness about things and let you all know that you are not alone if you are experiencing the same things. But I will say in this case with Azure, I am beyond grateful that they are very aware of the things that are going on, and they are working very hard to make it better for all of us. By the way, I almost forgot before I end, I have to share the UFOs. So the last haul, I told you all that I was trying these out. I'm gonna tell you right now, I love these shoes. So if I have a way to tag, because I did reach out to the company to ask for a code and I haven't heard back from them, but if I have a way to at least tag the product, I will do that, friends. These are really great. Now, I've shared that I've had vein surgery in my legs before, and so you can see how it arches right here. It has really helped my legs. I actually will switch between these and more of a thicker, flatter sandal. I like to have both. In my opinion, I like to have both, but it is really nice to have that arch in there, and these have been very comfortable. And by the way, thank you to all of you that have shared the last video about you wearing these and having them and how great they are, because I didn't even know about this brand. This is actually very new to me, and I'm so glad that I found them because they are really comfortable. So thank you so much. Well, friends, it is starting to get dark on me, but I do want you all to know how much I greatly appreciate every single one of you, and I always look forward to turning this camera on to share my Azure hauls. And I also want you to remember this, friends. I want you to be encouraged, stay encouraged, and I want you to always stay inspired. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.